Alrighty, what's up everybody? I wanted to give you an update on some fermentation. So I have basically three things here that I'm going to show. This is the 5-gallon vinegar, and as you can see it has got a giant SCOBY on the top of it. This is a vinegar made from all kinds of tropical fruit, and I'll make a new batch of that to show you a little bit how it works. It's about 50% cane sugar and 50% honey also is the base of that, and flavored with things like leftover fruits. So we put, these are a bunch of mango peels in that bag in the freezer, and when it gets full enough, we make a new small batch with it, and I let that sit for a couple weeks to ferment before adding it to the mother. So this has been fermenting, in stages. First, it only had like this much in it, and little by little I've kept adding to it over the last, 4 or 5, and probably not that long, maybe 3 months. This right here is a kombucha. So it is not doing great because it got invaded by a different kind of yeast, which gives this really antiseptic-y taste to it, which I've had happen before with mead. And I don't quite know how to get rid of it other than like totally starting over and re-sterilizing everything. I go totally against what everyone says and don't sterilize like very much at all. I'll reuse the same jars for stuff, and I clean stuff decently well, but never do a full sterilization. So at the fermentation station, I think stuff kind of mixes together. And actually this vinegar SCOBY came from a wild SCOBY that I just caught with some extra tea I made for kombucha one time. And I've just been, the strain has been evolving kind of since then. But anyway, we went on vacation for about a month and left the SCOBY in here with just a little bit left, and I added like some sugar water to try to keep it going. But when we got back, it was kind of funky, and so I started again with a new batch of just like a kombucha starter that we had for the last couple of years. And I think it's finally established itself, but it still has some of the funky flavor in it from the other strain, which I also think is that dark spot right there is the other strain. I think that other strain might dominate when it's too sweet, if there's too high sugar concentration, or also maybe if it's too warm. We keep our AC between like 76 and 78 right now in the summer. So it's possible it's just too warm for the good strains that I want, but I also think the sweetness might have to do with it. So anyway, as I said, I'm gonna add some new stuff to this vinegar here. So this is a solution that I'm starting for the new batch of little vinegar, and that's what I'm gonna add some of this fruit to. So, this is probably, I don't know, 32 ounces of liquid or so, and I put half a cup of cane sugar and half a cup of honey in there, some local honey, and I'm gonna fill it up with these mango pits here to add as the flavoring. There may be some other fruit pieces in here as well. So I'm just gonna kind of fill these in, try not to ruin the shot too bad. There we go. Get some fruit in. And like I said, once the fruit's in here, I will let it sit and ferment on its own for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Usually it forms a nice SCOBY at the top of it when I do that. And then at that point, I'll take all that fruit material out, and I'll just add the liquid over to the vinegar, and it will become part of that vinegar. So that's basically the process. That looks like enough fruit material for that jar, so I'm just gonna get some more sugar and honey in there and top it off with water. And then I'll give a splash of the vinegar in there just to inoculate it with the right strain. So that's the fermentation update. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.